What's going on, guys? Today we're making a brown rice Mexican style with shrimp. Very easy recipe, just follow along. Alright, the first things first, what we're gonna do is peel the shrimp and get those shrimp shells, melt it with a little bit of butter, saute it, and then add like 4 cups of water, and then bring it to a boil and simmer it for 20 minutes. While the stock is getting simmered, make sure to season it with salt and a little bit of Knor chicken cubes. So salt to your taste, some of us like it salty, some of us not so salty. So I put like a teaspoon of salt in there with a teaspoon of Knor chicken cubes or Knor chicken powder. And right now what I'm doing is removing the garlic skins so I can chop them up and get it ready for the shrimp. Shrimp with garlic is delicious. So I'm adding the garlic to the shrimp, the peeled shrimp that I have. The shells are obviously in the stock. So right now I'm adding a teaspoon of salt and a half a teaspoon of chili powder. You gotta have some chili powder, and then half a teaspoon of cumin. Gotta have the Mexican spices going, man. And some onion powder, because obviously I didn't add any onions to this. So and a drizzle of olive oil. This already has garlic flavor, so it gives a nice garlic flavor with the olive oil and the added garlic. And right now I'm basically making the sauce that's gonna go on the rice. So I'm pouring in the shrimp stock. So I think I have about 4 cups worth of shrimp stock right here. So right now I'm adding a half a teaspoon of turmeric, half a teaspoon of cumin, and a whole teaspoon of paprika. I added paprika because I didn't have achiote paste to have the red color. And I'm adding some tomatoes. I cut them up into 4s. It's basically a roma tomato. I also added 3 cloves of garlic and a quarter white onion. You can put white onion, sweet onion, or just yellow onion, and just blend it all the way through. Make sure it tastes good. Make sure it has enough seasoning. If not, put some salt. I'm adding some salt right there, and a little bit more of Knor chicken cube, actually the chicken powder, and some more blitzing. And let's see. I think it tasted really good at this point. I was like, all right, let's go move on to the next. So at this point, I'm just adding some oil to a pan. I added some grapeseed oil and some olive oil. Grapeseed oil that doesn't burn. Let it burn too much, and olive oil for the flavor. Added a cup and a half of brown rice and kind of stirring it. At this point it's like medium-high heat, and that's the brown rice that I used. You can use any type of brown rice you want. This could actually work with black rice also if you want to go that direction. And then I forgot to put tomato paste in the blender, so I added the tomato paste with the rice so it can cook out that tomato flavor with the rice. So once that tomato paste is well combined with the rice and you're getting this nutty smell, just add the shrimp stock that you blended up. So it's actually 4 cups of shrimp stock for a cup and a half of rice. This because it's brown rice and it takes a lot more liquid. Now if this is white rice, you would only put 2 cups for about a cup of rice. So at this point I was tasting for salt, and it needed some salt. I also like it a little bit on the salty side. So if you don't like it as much as salty, just don't add too much salt. I also added a serrano pepper. Basically, just run your knife through it, so when it cooks slowly, it releases more flavor into the dish. So at this point, I'm just bringing it up to a boil and basically covering it up and then putting it on a simmer for about like 35 to 45 minutes. Mine took about 50 minutes, but that's basically the idea. You don't not want to open the lid. So in a separate pan, what I'm doing is I'm adding some oil to the pan, heating it up to medium heat, adding some curry leaves. Now if you can find these, you can probably find these at Indian stores. You can use them. It has a really good flavor. But just adding some onions and sauteing them and then adding the marinated shrimp should be enough. But I wanted a little extra flavor, so added the curry leaves. Just let it go till it's golden brown. Of course, I'm a salt man, so you got to add some salt, some pepper. You got to flavor that thing up. So the onions were getting soft, and I was like, I'm gonna add a little bit of chili powder at this point, just to have some extra chili powder flavor. So I added chili powder. If you don't want to add chili powder, don't add it. If you don't want to add onions or curry leaves, don't do that. Just add the marinated shrimp to a well-heated pan and just cook them on each side for like 2 minutes, and then flip them on the other side and cook them for 2 more minutes, and then the shrimp will be done. This shrimp was taking a little longer to cook because it had the onions in the bottom. So if you just add the shrimp and cook it, it'll probably get done in like 2 minutes. This one took about 3 to 4 minutes. At this point, I'm like, I'm just gonna add some butter to make it even more flavorful. It's gonna be like Mexican shrimp with extra butter, kind of make it taste like Mexican garlic shrimp flavor. So I'm always about adding more flavor. So if you don't want to add butter, you don't have to at this point. But basically, I'm just letting the butter melt, and then I'm gonna flip it. Then there you see me flipping it and cooking it on the other side. And I'm checking on my rice, and I had the idea of just adding half a cup of green peas to that. So it'll have green peas, rice, and shrimp. More bite, more flavor, and get a little bit of vegetables in your rice. Why not, right? So the rice, this took about like 45 to 50 minutes. It's done. I just closed the lid, turned off the burner, and then basically let it cook for another additional 10 minutes. So it's about like 55 minutes. Now I added the shrimp, and basically you're done at this point. You can just eat, but I just let it stand for another 5 minutes before I dug in. And this was really delicious, you guys. You guys gotta try this. You guys gotta make it. This is really a good alternative to eating white rice, because white rice is not that good for you. This is healthier. Even though I put a lot of butter and oil in there, it's still a lot healthier than eating white rice. So go ahead and check this out, and please give it a try. It's a very easy recipe. I'll put the recipe in the description, and you guys enjoy, and let me know in the comments what you think. Please subscribe and share this video.